I'm Parshad Madi. I'm a lawyer licensed to practice law in the province of Ontario. COVID has us all realizing more than ever our own mortality. None of us are going to live forever, and that's why it's especially important now more than ever to ensure that our estate is protected should we pass on and our finances and personal care is protected should we become incapacitated. In the past few months, I have had many calls from clients and prospective clients who wish to have wills prepared or healthcare directives or non-resuscitation orders put in place. Let's talk about wills and powers of attorney. A will governs what happens with your estate should you pass on. There are two types of wills. One is a holograph will. It must be handwritten and signed, and you should also date it. The second is the more standard will, often drafted by a lawyer. This must be signed in the presence of two witnesses. A power of attorney governs what happens with your money or personal care should you become incapacitated. There are two types of powers of attorney. One is power of attorney of property. This determines what happens with your money. And one is power of attorney of personal care. In this, you can put a resuscitation clause or a non-resuscitation clause, and you can direct your loved ones to make decisions or not make decisions to extend your life by way of extraordinary medical measures. Up until early 2020, the will, unless we're talking about a holograph will, and powers of attorney had to be signed in the presence of two witnesses who were in the same room as the person signing the documents. However, on April 7, 2020, the Government of Ontario made an emergency order allowing the execution of the will and the powers of attorney when the witnesses are not in the same room as the person signing documents, so long as one of the witnesses or both of the witnesses is or are member of the Law Society of Ontario. Let me explain how that works in my practice. I have a lengthy telephone conversation with my client whereby I determine what they want to happen with their estate and what they want to insert in their powers of attorney. I email the document to my clients and set up another telephone meeting to review these documents and so that I may answer any questions my client has. We then schedule a video conference between myself, my clerk, and the client. My client signs the will and the powers of attorney on the video conference with us watching. My client then couriers the will and powers of attorney to my office, and my clerk and I sign the original documents. I'm Parshad Madi. Please do not hesitate to contact me should you require my assistance with a will, power of attorney, or a matrimonial matter. Thank you, and most importantly, stay safe.